Hey everyone, I have a new audio for you, and it is about how you can choose the reality that you wish to experience for yourself. So, there are always two options in life. One is you're choosing the life of your dreams, and you're living it or you're living parts of it, and the other is you are not. So, how can you choose this for yourselves? Everything that I share in here, so either on YouTube or my blog and sometimes on my Instagram, it is nothing new. It is a repetition of everything that you might already know depending on how long you have been reading and learning about the law, like how do we consciously create. I just give you different perspectives from time to time with a bit of a twist so that you can make it more experiential and that you can make it more understandable. We learn by repetition. That is just how we are wired. And maybe at one point, when you have learned so much by repetition, then you can switch the way you're learning, because that is also, of course, something that you are feeling and believing about. But for now, repetition is the thing. So, you're either choosing the life of your dreams or you're not. How can you choose this for yourself? What you see and experience now, realize that that was a choice. It might not have been a conscious choice, and it was a choice. The choice based on your thoughts, your feelings, and beliefs that you've had previously. We know that there is no linear time, so words like previously don't really fit into this, but otherwise I have no words to use. So also realize this, because it can give you a big sense of freedom when you know, hey, wait a minute, there's no linear time. Okay. That means that what happened just now, actually, I can ignore it. I could have just as well experienced something different. So this is why Seth and Neville also talk about that there is no past and no future, or at least there's no past set in stone and no future set in stone. Everything is based upon what we're feeling, believing, and thinking right at this moment. So when you feel kind of like I'm stuck in some kind of it feels like I'm running in circles, then what is going on is you're taking your cues from reality, from what you think is reality, is what you see around yourself, and you react to it, and from that reaction you create anew. When you don't like what you see now, then stop giving your attention to it. Seth says this, Neville says this, Abraham Hicks says this, and they say it for a reason. They're completely different entities, persons. They teach the law from completely different perspective, and they touch upon the same thing, which is you are creating everything from by what you're feeling, seeing, and believing at this very moment. So never take your cue from reality, because reality is old news. What you see outside is old news. You only should take your cue from vibration. Like feel, okay, what is it that I'm feeling now? Am I vibing high or am I vibing low? Well, you know what low vibing creates. Okay, anyway, I was going to give you a couple of steps so that you can, in a strategic way, go choose the life of your dreams. Know, I know, this is again a repetition. Know that this life, a version of you is already living this life. So it's not something that you have to create out of nothing. No, it is just as much a possible reality as this reality that you are living now is just as much a possible reality. Okay, the steps. Drop everything, step one, drop everything and every judgment that you have about whatever is happening around you. So what is in your life? Get pen and paper, turn your telephone on silent, Put the timer on 5 minutes. Write down what you want to experience in your life in the coming 5 years. You can also make it shorter. Let's say a year. A bit like, how do you feel? Whatever you would like. And you can divide these experiences up into love, body and health, social, finances, work, family, whatever you feel you would like to experience something new in which field. So when you're done with that, pause this video. And when you're done with that, then press play again. Okay, great. On to the second thing. Set your timer on 5 minutes again and look what you have written down and find out what need is behind what you've written down. So for instance, finances work, if you've written down earn more or be financially free, then a possible need could be feeling secure, or a possible need could be feeling fulfilled or feeling adventurous, because money allows you to experience more of life through travel, through going out, through trying out new hobbies that require money, like bungee jumping. So find out which need is behind what you've written down in step 1. And again, pause this video and come back when you've done. Okay, step 3. Now you also know, if you read this, maybe it was already apparent to you, maybe you've learned something new about yourself. And that is one of the most important things in conscious creation, knowing thyself. You learn more about yourself every day, and because you know what type of person you have been being up until now, you also know what thought patterns belong to this person and what needs and desires and automatic thoughts this person has, this version of you. And you know what it is what you do not want to experience anymore. And you know what experiences you would like to have more of, or maybe you've never had them that you wish for. And for that you need to be in a completely different vibration, because you know that everything that you experience is based on the vibration that you've been having dominantly. Okay, so in this step, in step 3, we're going to invent a short scene that you can imagine before your inner eye that would denote, I guess you can say it that way, that you have realized the thing that you have written down in step 1. So, I don't know, take about a couple of minutes per subject that you've written down. And it doesn't have to be long now. You can always go back and spend some more time on it later. And pause this video again. Okay, step 4. So you've written down the scenes, short scenes that would assume that you already have what it is that you wish to have. And again, a version of you already has it. And the fact that you can see it means it is existing, because otherwise you could not see it. If you can see it and you can feel it before your mind's eye, and you can feel it in your body before it's become a reality, because it's not reality, it's more real than what you see. What you see is old news. It exists. It is real. Just believe it. That's all you need to do. Just assume, believe, and put all the doubts, not even in the refrigerator, because you might get them out at one point. Put them in a thing that transmutes. It transmutes doubts and it turns it into trust and love. Okay, so now I want you to feel the feelings that you have written down in step 2. So for instance, if you have written down the feeling of content, you might feel warmth spread in your chest, in your upper back, or you might feel like, I don't know, your shoulders relax. If you have written down feeling loved or in love, you might feel warmth in your heart area, butterflies in your belly. And practice makes perfect. So if you don't get it right the first time, just keep doing it. Because a version of you already has all of this. And a version of you is perfect at feeling this in their body. So don't sweat it. Most important thing is that you're relaxed. And that you know how to do it. Fifth step. And this one is optional, but I highly recommend it. So you might need a bit more time for this one, and you can also play with it all throughout the day. And it can be, and it probably is, that this persona gets richer by the day. And then I don't mean in terms of money rich, but even though they probably also will get richer in terms of money. So create this state of being that goes with the version of you that has already accomplished everything that you've written down in step 1. And not only the state of being, but like, doch, state of being. So how does this version of you walk? How do they talk? How do they eat? What do they wear? How do they groom themselves? How much time do they spend in front of a mirror? How do they treat other people? How is their voice? Whatever you can feel that is, that might make this persona even more tangible, use it. And step into this version at least once a day deliberately. You can also, before you get up in the morning and you know who this version is and what it feels like, do this first thing in the morning, step into this version. And before you go to sleep at night, step into this version. It might be that you need to write down reminders. Okay, how does this version feel? How do they look? And you read it through. And then later you can feel into them and you don't have to read anymore. Just see what works for you. It's your unique journey. And what works for you might not work for me and the other way around. So figure out a way that makes this persona come alive. Because as I said already, there's a version of you that already has all the things that you are wishing to have. And that's also something that comes from Seth, and what I also know from other teachers, and I know from myself, is that you have your future self, and I talk in terms of future, but there is actually no time, is nudging this version of you, like, hey, come over here. Come over here, come over here. And they are giving you the desires as a pathway to what they are experiencing at this moment. Because you wish to experience that. And they know that because they are you. I know sometimes this can get a bit confusing. Just keep an open mind and an open, relaxed body about this, and you feel the truth of it. So now you can put your notes away, and either later today or somewhere tomorrow, review everything that you've written down. Also edit it if you want to, and maybe you would like to do this daily. Just play with it, really be it, step into it. It's work, yes, for sure, but what do you want? Hey, it's nice work. So I would say for this month daily, 2 or 3 times a day, not much more, because you don't want to make it something that makes you feel hooked and you're like working hard. No, that is not the way. You have to work a little, yes, but it's not a pushing. So put it away, look at it once or twice a day, feel into it, play with it, and trust yourself that it is possible for you. And also know and also revel in the thought already, like, oh my God, I did it. I did it captures the emotion, the feeling of all of it that I talked about here. Oh my God, I did it. Like that captures it all. It says it all. So be in the state of, oh, I did it, I did it, I did it. I'm so happy. So this was it for today. Remember, you're going in one of two directions in your life. So you're either choosing the life that you wish to experience, or you don't. I actually want to end with a couple of Seth quotes. It's not, yeah, okay, you will hear them now. A thought is an action. Every action is a termination of what came previously. And each action creates a new reality. And that was it. I wish you a beautiful rest of the evening, or morning, or afternoon, and I see you in the next. Much love. Ciao.